This is the game God of Word. It's a typing game with a Greek mythology theme, and works with voice fingers keyboard mode. At the outset, it is advisable to set the two types of difficulty to rehearsal, the lowest one, so that it's doable with voice recognition. Basic combat looks like this. You have a timer running and need to accumulate enough damage against your opponent in order to slay them. Damage is accumulated by making as many words as you can from the 7 letters available and saying enter each time. When you can't think of any further words to make from those letters, you can say space to give you 7 new letters for a penalty of 10 seconds from the timer. Note that if you've been playing Words for Evil, this may take some getting used to, as in that game either space or enter are used to send your word, whereas here space ruins your word and penalises you. Sometimes the letters have colours on them which indicate a potential bonus. And like in Words for Evil, you may need to use a modified pronunciation dictionary so that it hears you properly. Note that you shouldn't play the game with Dragon Naturally Speaking's spell mode, because not only does it recognise you more slowly, but you have to say press enter to send each word. When you've accumulated enough damage to slay the monster, you can keep making words before time runs out in order to earn yourself more gold. However, if you're in no mood for that, there are 2 options. Firstly, if you hold down the enter key for 3 seconds, it will finish the timer early, and you could make an Autohotkey script like this, or VoiceBot command like this, to trigger when you say the right hotkey combination or VoiceBot command. Or alternatively, you can use Cheat Engine's speed hack with hotkeys already in place to speed it up to several times normal speed, remembering to return it to normal speed just before time runs out so that you don't lose time on the next enemy. Once you've slain the monster, there may be another one coming, or it might be the end of the level. You'll earn gold and renown which can be used in the shop to purchase helpful upgrades, such as extra letters for the Hangman challenge which sometimes comes up. In the campaign I've only gotten to the first boss, Medusa, which had the interesting mechanic that you had to make words which included whichever letter was the mirror tile. Checking ahead in other playthroughs of this on YouTube, there are other interesting mechanics for the further bosses. So here's a minute of it, and I'll put up a longer session at some point. Enter. B, I, delta, E, enter. B, I, delta, E, Romeo, enter. Romeo, I, delta, E, enter. Romeo, U, delta, E, enter. Bravo, Romeo, I, delta, E, enter. B, I, delta, enter. B, E, delta, enter.